I kind of messed up the numbering on the videos. So on the last on another video, you saw me write a 4 up here, but that video where I wrote a 4 up here is actually video 5. This is the real video 4. And here's a quick reminder that when we multiply two numbers that are positive, there are no negatives here. So our result will also be positive. But if we bring one negative into our multiplication with one negative, we end up with an answer that is also negative. So again, with positive times negative, there's one negative in the multiplication, so our result is negative. But if we have two negatives, then when we multiply those, our result is positive. Okay, cool. So the other thing we need to know is that when we have a number in the denominator, that's the same as dividing by that number. So we can think about this as like dividing by 4 when we're dividing a number. Like, for example, if we had, let's say 20 divided by 4, that would equal 5. 5 times 4 is 20, like that. So in any case, what I'm trying to tell you is that this part right here, 4 in the denominator, means something divided by 4. Okay, that's what that means. Good. So when we think about what we're doing to x, we're taking whatever that number is. We are dividing x by 4. We're taking whatever that number is right there and dividing by 4. Cool. Thanks for following along on that explanation. It's kind of long, but I want to be really clear about it. The inverse of dividing by 4. So we remember that we've got to do this to both sides of the equation to keep it balanced, because most numbers, when we divide them by 4, they get smaller. Most of the numbers we think about, like 20 divided by 4 is 5. That 20 became smaller. It became 5. So this reduces, you can think of reducing that number, not all numbers, but to do the inverse, you would increase it. And so now that means the inverse multiplied by 4, you could think of that as like increasing the total. If you increase this total, for these to stay equal, if you increase this side, you have to also increase this side. But don't think of it as increasing, think of it as the inverse of division, which is multiplication. We're multiplying both sides by this number in the denominator, 4. Okay. If we're multiplying 4 by a fraction, then we want to think of the 4 as also being a fraction. Give it a denominator of 1. 4 equals 4 over 1. Now, we're going to multiply that fraction. Okay. So 4 multiplied by x equals 4x. And then in the denominator, 1 times 4, you know that equals 4. 4 divided by 4 is 1. So 4x divided by 4 is 1x. 1x is just x. So what did we do over here? We multiplied both sides by 4. So we've got 4x over 4. That's over 4. 4x divided by 4 is x. So this is going to be x equals. Over here on this side, so we have -5 times 4. Remember, negative times positive. There's one negative, so our result will be negative. 5 times 4 is 20. Check it. Okay, so this is just this over this. So we need like a space for some parentheses where there's a space for x over 4. Oh. Over 4. So this is x right here. Now the x that we found is -20. And now we're asking the question, does -20 over 4 equal -5? Does -20 divided by 4 equal -5? And now let's find out. -20 divided by 4, is it -5? Yes. So -5 does equal -5, and you've checked it. Good job.